Good evening, everybody. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, at least here. How about you guys? Everybody doing well? I hope. Hoping this is working. I'm looking for our video here. Got to hit reload. Reload, recycle, redo it. There we are. Maybe. Yeah. And I think I got the camera pointed the right way for once. So yay. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to tonight's demo. I didn't get it advertised until a couple of hours ago, which seems to be the way I've been going the whole 3 years I've been doing this, and all I can do is apologize and hope to do better. I think I need a secretary or something. It was brought to my attention through email a day or two ago that I needed to get on the ball promoting the stencils, because these designs that I did that StencilGirl accepted are going to be released on September 22nd. And I have about 2 weeks to promote these things, and I signed a contract saying that I would do just that. And, you know, back in August when we started all this, I sort of had in my mind that, oh, that's a long ways off, and here it is. So here we go. Hi, Chris, how are you? And I know you're going, oh God, she's doing a Gelli Plate here, but I'm supposed to show you guys what I'm using these stencils I designed for. And I did use the Gelli Plate for the first and my favorite thing that I want to show you. And that is this little goodie. And I'm going to try and hold it so there's not a glare. Maybe like this so you could see the whole thing. I think it's about 12 by 6, and of course it hangs vertically, and as you can see here, I took my O-Velocity stencil, which is a bunch of ovals that look like stained glass, and printed on paper, and I adhered this to, actually this is shower board from Lowe's. Oh good, Chris says she's glad to see more stencils. I'm glad, because I feel like you guys must be going, oh, here we go again. But I have to do this for the next couple of weeks, so this is what it's going to be. I went to Lowe's and cut shower board, had them do 5 cuts, then I came home and cut the rest. And then I had a guy at a frame shop make frames to fit these, and he used scraps, so he gave me a really good price. Now this was in Elizabeth City, but unfortunately I think that frame shop is closed, so that doesn't do any good. No. As soon as I said it, I remembered, oh, Perry's is closed. So shucks. But anyway, I loved the red and pink combo on this paper, and it occurred to me to paint a pink lady apple right here. And I just love this piece. It makes me really happy. It's got more serious art here, which I usually do silly kindergarten kind of things that you guys know. And then of course the stencil thing is it just makes me so happy with the red and the cream. I really like it. So this is something that I did make with my stencils I'm really particularly pleased with, and I'm trying to decide now if I want to keep it or sell it. I like it a lot too, because I forgot to mention this, I used a lot of super heavy matte gel medium on this. So I put the paper down and then put layer after layer after layer of the gel medium, and then painted the apple. So let's see if I hold it up, if you can actually see. Maybe not. It's sort of got a depth to it. When you're looking right in here, it looks like the apple is raised up above. It's a little bit 3D, because there's actually some distance between the apple and the stencil. And in person you can really see it. It almost looks like there's a layer of water between the apple and the thing. So anyway, oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, Chris. So this is sort of what I'm going to show you, and I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to show you how I used my stencil to get this kind of a look, and we'll take it from there. Now this is done on paper that I painted with it's a paint by Deco Art called Buttermilk one of my favorite colors. It's really creamy and pretty. And I'm not even using the same sheet of size of paper. I'm going to actually use a smaller sheet, but I just want to show you. I'll show you the 3 stencils. I'm sure maybe you've already seen them, but for the video, which someone may come back and watch, I'll show the stencils. And I'm actually going to give 1 stencil away tonight. I'm going to do the number thing at the end, and whoever gets the closest number can choose one of the 3 designs, and I'll mail you a stencil as a prize. Excuse me, frog in my throat. So this is called Waterfall, and these are the stencils that I was making out of mineral paper and X-Acto knives. And someone in the Gelli Plate group says, you should send these to StencilGirl. And I was like, what? She said, send them, they're really good. And I was like, well, I did, and they liked them. So who knew, right? This is Dragonfire. And this is, I wanted to call it Ovalosity, like Ovalosity. And someone called it Oval City, and I said, oh, no. So I named it O Velocity. It's really, this is my favorite one. I think this is the first one I did, actually. And it's also, well, maybe the second one. But it's so cool because when you do this, it looks like stained glass. And this looks great as like a wallpaper background, or just any kind of background. It's really fun. And if you ever get to use these stencils, if you win one tonight or in another demo and you get to use them, be sure to look at them, and there's like a really shiny side and there's sort of a matte side, and make sure you print with your ink. If you care about them being clean or whatever, easier to clean, print on the shiny side. I did not do that, and I've got a pretty green stencil here that I can't really get clean. I got green paint on the matte side, and it was an old paint and it had a lot of pigment. So this is what it looks like. I mean, that's okay. I don't care. It's fine. But it was like, oh, come on now. You know. Frustration. So here's my stencil that I've already used. And let me not get these mixed up. And again, this is sort of what we're going for. We're wanting this cream. Now there's red, and I think there's luminous rose in there, and there's also a little bit of the gold that, you know, I love to play with. And I don't know if I can recreate this exactly, but I'm going to try and give it a run. We'll give it a shot and see what we get. So, of course, this is a 9x12, and it's bigger than my, bigger than my 8x10 Gelli Plate. But that doesn't bother me. And some people want stuff to fit, and it has to be just so. I don't really care. I kind of like, actually, that there's some overhang. If I want to catch this little border right here, then I'll just print like this and have border on this part, you know. Or you could print like this. I mean, the sky's the limit. It's up to you and whatever your creative urges are to come up with something that you really like. So, and I've got it shiny side up, so I know we're good there. Now, this is something that I'm crazy about. This is an Amazon find. If anybody is interested, I found and I think I've said something about this one other time, but you may or may not have heard it. Bristol Vellum, Canson, 7x10, 25 sheets. It's got the perforation here, so you can tear out a sheet without having any, you know, snaggletooth issues. And it's $5 on Amazon. I ordered 2 a month ago, and I just ordered 2 again on payday, because this is a lovely size for doing just this kind of thing. Or it's the Bristol Vellum is just great for, it takes acrylic paint well, it takes collage well. I've been using a lot of watercolor and collage paper for the stuff I've been doing lately. So just wanted to show you that. And what I did was I took a sheet of that, actually 2, and I painted them with this buttermilk, the Americana Deco Art buttermilk. And so there's my base coat. Now you could just use, if you like the look of of the red and the pink and the gold on the cream. You could easily just use an ivory colored paper. To me, this color is just a little bit deeper and a little bit richer. And I'm 99% sure that that's what I used in this. See how it's real similar? Pretty sure that's what I used. Now they also make a light buttermilk, but I have both, but I think this was buttermilk. It's just got a warmth to it I like. It's got a depth that I really like. Okay, so, and this was real interesting too. You're gonna love this. Today when I painted these, I put them on this jelly pan. See how it sticks? Well, okay, so I put the paper on here. It's a perfect fit for the 8x10. And I painted the first one off of here, and it curled up like this. You know, it curled and bowed because of the moisture in the paint making it want it to warp. Well, the second one I pushed down on the jelly plate and I painted it, and it stayed completely flat until it was dry, and I was like, oh no, that's just too cool. So there again, if you're painting on something that's going to warp or whatever, you might just be able to use your jelly plate to hold it down while you work. How about that? Isn't that something? Okay, so serendipity, right? You just never know. Now I have to stop and think how to actually do this because I haven't done this in a couple of months, and I'm sitting here going, oh, now let's see, what do we do first? I think I want to do a couple of prints just to get the plate going, to get me going and get the plate going. I don't want to use these right off the bat. So I'm going to set all of this good stuff right over here, and I've got some, I've just got some white here, and I'm just going to pull a few on white or maybe on red or whatever. I'm going to use those colors that are on the end result that we want, but I'm going to do a few here and get them started, and then I'll be, oh, excuse me, let me fix this. I'm going to get them started, and then when I get comfortable with it, I'll say, okay, now we're going to do the print that we need for that piece of work. Okay, and even if it doesn't come out exactly like it, it's okay. I can surely use it for anything else. This is just to show you guys. So, all right, got my trusty brayer, and if you haven't bought a brayer yet, this is a speedball, and it's really neat. I'm gonna make a liar out of me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, you can just pop it out to clean it. It's so much easier to clean. And I've just quit cleaning the handle altogether. It's kind of cool. But then you can just snap these back in. And later, if you want to replace this, whoops, you can just get the roller, I guess. I think you can get the replacement roller. But I like this. It's a pretty solid roller brayer. I like it. I've got a bunch of little pieces all over my stuff. So I've got a little, this is the thing chicken comes in. You guys, that looks familiar, right? And I've put 2 pieces of tape down here, so this can't move. If I want to set my roller down here, I can do that. Okay, it's a little off camera, but you can see what I'm shooting for here. Okay, now see, I may need to put something in there to keep it from rolling forward because it's going to roll and fall in. It'll be okay. You know, my life, right? Just my life. You could put anything in there to keep that from rolling. You could put a piece of cardboard or a pencil or just anything. But not going to worry about it. I could even set an old eraser in there. Like that. See that eraser I'm putting there? Aha. That'll keep it. Anyway, anything goes. We'll figure it out. So let's get started. I want to do my, need to get some ink on here, and I think we'll get some red on there. Let's go for let's get our reds and pinks going. Now I have these luminous colors by Holbein that I love. Yeah, Small River Rock even. And you know what? I have some of those. You know, I've got so much stuff in here. I should be able to just lay my hands on anything, but I'm just drawing a blank right now. It's kind of funny. Oh, here we go. I can just use one of these. It's one of these little goodies. It's a little container stuff, and that'll stop it. That works. It stops it right there. Okay. Thank you. I need all the help I can get, right? Okay, so I have these. Now, not everyone does Gelli Plate printing with Holbein paints. These are expensive. But you know what? I've gotten so familiar with using these that anything else now just seems not right. So I try to use them sparingly. I try to make a plan. I try to use them. You know, I don't waste anything. Everything I make gets used one way or the other. So I'm just chalking it up to this is what I need to do to experience it, and you know, it just is what it is. Now I do have the Liquitex Basics here, and I have a couple of tubes of golden. There are other brands that I do sometimes pull out and use, but this, I have this whole tube of red Liquitex Basics, and it really just needs to be used. So let's see if it's any good. I think it is still. Okay, it's a little grainy, but I think that's okay. I think it's all right. And I do believe that Luminous Opera, see the difference between the Luminous Opera and the Luminous Rose? See the sample right there? I do think this was what we had on here. Just a little of this. And I braided them together. Ooh, that's bright. You'll put your eye out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get some of this color on the plate and see what we can do. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done this. They say it's like riding a bike, right? But I don't know. So I'm just trying to get it everywhere and not have those lines. I seem to be getting a lot of the lines today. That's okay. Got a pink blob in the middle. Don't want that. Okay. Do it again. Here we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now, stencil. Where did I put the stencil? Okay. Yep, this one's mine. Okay. So, actually, I'm going to get paint on both sides of this, aren't I? Yep. So, it doesn't really matter. Alright, I'm going to put this down like so. And I'm going to just put this on it to get a print here. And then I'm just going to, because I like this little, the first image you get when you do this over stencil. Yeah, that's a really fun. Now that's, if you're looking at this, it's the opposite, right? Okay, so watch this now. I'll set this aside. And then I'll pull this up and quickly do this. And this is how we get that other, I think. This is my practice run on white paper. I do love this design. Okay, so this is a little more colorful than what we were going for, and it's got the stuff in the middle too, so I'm gonna have to work to remember how in the heck I did this. It could have been something like this right here, which that's where the gold came in. I know there was some gold on that, so let me get rid of some of this red over here on this. That's what this little guy over here is for. Hey Tracy, how are you? Thank you so much. I'm so excited. You know, I said at the beginning of the thing that when they first contacted me and we set all this up, they said, oh, your release date is the 22nd. And I was like, oh, that's a long ways off. I just don't need to think about it for a while. And next thing you know, they're emailing me saying, you know, that's 2 weeks away. We need your stuff. You got the promo and you got to do. I was like, oh my gosh. So, kind of snuck up on me. I'm going to go ahead and try this paper, Chris. I think this might be sort of what I did. Maybe. Tracy, have you been doing prints Have you been Gelli Plate printing at all? Or doing any? I know you journal. So Chris, Tracy is, of course, she's in our Patreon, but she's local to the area that I'm in. And when we have open studio at Florence Thomas, I do see her there. Okay, this is sort of like what I have on the other. Maybe even better. Oh, so maybe more pink and less gold, and so we'll keep trying. No, but I want to soon. Well, you know, if you do, please share what you make. It's always fun to see. This is not bad. I mean, this will get used. I like it. And I can just barely see the cream through there, so it's okay. What I will do is take this one now, and I'll put a little gold on here again, and let's see what undesirable there. Let's just roll this out and see what we get here. You know, guys, I love my gold. I can't help it. Okay, I'm just going to put this down and see what we get. It's like Christmas, kind of like opening a kiln. You know, it's, you just never know. It's going to be really good or really bad. Okay, that's probably good enough. Oh, now see, that toned that down a lot. And this is not on the cream colored paper or the buttermilk paper, but that really, that gold kind of brings that down a little bit, so it's not so wild and crazy. So something to be said for that too. Only it's the negative of what I was shooting for. So I think possibly the thing that I did, let's try this again now. Now I think I may have an idea what the heck is going on here. I need all the help I can get. Oh, I can't get this open. Alright, pliers, because I have old hands. Here's a little bit of the, I think we had more pink than crazy red, right? So I'm going to put some of this pinky pink down with some red. Let's brayer this out and see what happens. Woo! Wow. I'll put some of that over here too, because that'll be cool later. Yeah, having two little pads going, it's like 2 for 1, right? I think what I need to do is put this down and then do this bit again. And let's see. Oh, got a message that I'm glad to have, but I need to get it out of the way. It's blocking my screen. There we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here's another one I can add on later, right? Now, I think I need to do this. I think this is maybe what I did. You see where I'm trying to go with this? I'm trying to get the, there's like a positive, negative image. So this is the opposite of what we were going for with that other. If this isn't it, I don't know how to do it. We'll have to call in an expert. Oh gosh. Okay, that's probably good. Let's see what we get. And I think that's it. That's how we did it. Yay! So there's hope. There's hope after all. Okay, Tracy, this is what I'm supposed to show people what I used my stencils for. And this is a piece that I've done where I did the stencil for the background and then, you know, painted on top. And this is a pink lady apple. I was trying to acknowledge the pinks and reds I have up in here. So, I don't think you saw that when, I don't think you were here at the very beginning, so I almost forgot to show it to you. So this is what we were trying to do, was reproduce this so I could show everybody how, you know. And, you know, this with the darker line is pretty cool, and that could have to do with, I could have a runnier paint or a different kind of paint or whatever, but this is a background that I will use again and again and again, either on a card or, because I think it's just lovely. I love the buttermilk and I love the, you know, I just love the warmth of it all. So there's that. Okay, mission accomplished. We're golden. Okay, now I'm going to look at this. That's still looking really good to me. See, everything I'll print will always get used, and I'm already going, ooh, ooh. I'm excited for these. Now, this is a little too garish for me. So what I'll do is I'll make something that'll pop with this, and I'll get something down here that's a cool color, like, yes, absolutely, more collage papers. I'll get a green or a purple or a blue or something that'll pop, or either that or I'll go into this, like this warm yellow, and calm down. But it's got to go one way or the other. It can't stay like this, because I will never use this. This to me is just painful to the eyes. Okay, and this one is, of course it's okay, but to me that's a first pull. It's going to need so much more, and I'm not a person, either on a canvas or in a card or anything, to leave a bunch of white. I'm just not going to do it. I really like to, I like a paper to be covered. Like this is all paint. There's no paper showing because I painted the background with buttermilk and then did the red over. And this is completely covered, and I love this. I don't mind positive, negative space or, you know, contrast or black and white, but I don't want canvas or paper to show. I want to put something on it. Oh, and then there's this one. I forgot we did this one too, which is not bad looking either. That's on the first piece of buttermilk paper. So I've got 3 keepers I'm very happy with, and I have 2 more that are about ready to do something on. And now I've talked long enough that this is actually dry. So I'm going to do the gold thing. You know, I love to do the gold thing. Or I could do yellow. We could do yellow behind this. Should we do yellow? Let's do it. Let's see what we get. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's luminous yellow. That's insane yellow. That's lose your mind yellow. We don't want that. Let me see here. I don't know where my yellow is. I might be out. All right. Well, you know what? I put it on there. So it's on there. So here we go. I'm not going to pretend to like it. But now I'll do the gold. Maybe that'll calm it down. These things happen. This could actually be very pretty. Let's see what we get. I like to print on colored paper, but I typically do white when I do a demo so that, because it's easier for y'all to see what I'm getting if the paper is white. Oh, that is quite lovely. I am quite happy with that. It's very bright, and I may even come back later and do another gold or something. And these little pieces of paint that are sticking up, you can rub them down. press them down. This is because the paint dried on my plate, okay? But these little flakes that are standing up, don't rub them off. Press them down. And you can come back and seal them later or put something else on top of them. Okay, so now I have this, which is, woo, this is good stuff right here. This is the stuff that makes me want to put some blue on there, and maybe we could get a little, let's see here what we can get. Let's put some, I've got some Prussian blue. This is also Holbein. It's the matte paint. Also not very, it's really not affordable, but it dries matte, not shiny. And the reason I love Holbein is because the pigment is so amazing that you don't need to do 4 coats of anything. If you can get this paint down, you got it. Even the yellow is like 1 coat, you know, it's just fabulous. Should we just do navy? Ooh, I guess I better put this back. I might need to print on that. Alright, let's see what we get. I'm thinking that the blue and the orange will be really, whoops, don't want to get paint on my papers. Not that way. I want it to be a little bit more deliberate than that. Well, let's put some of this on there too. Okay. Let's see if we can clean the plate. Are you a member of the Clean Plate Club? Did you clean your plate? Did they say it to you when you were little and you clean all your veggies? My 33-year-old told me the other day, I told him once he had to eat sauerkraut. I wouldn't let him get up till he ate it. And I said, well, you should have revolted. He said, I did. I hid it in the heater vent. I said, oh, gosh. Or somewhere. He hid it somewhere. In a drawer or something. I don't know. Something bad. Here we go. Ooh. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Yep. That's pretty neat. That's very rich. You can't quite see the design of the stencil. They're sort of there. You can sort of see some of the ovals. And wow. To me, the gold just adds this richness. And now look, my plate's ready to go again. Okay, so let's hit these two so that these are decent and doable. And then I'm going to show you one other technique with this particular stencil. And then we'll call it a night. I don't want to keep y'all here all night, but this is about ready to be pulled too. I need to do something here. Do I have any paint left here? Let's pull this little guy too. I have another sheet of this. Should we try it? Let's do some white on that. And we can print it on red paper if we want to just to see what the white does. If I did it on white paper, you wouldn't know. That is a pretty blue, isn't it? It's so deep. I really love it. Deep and rich. The neat thing about printing on colored paper is that if you make something later, like a little matchbook like I've sent to you guys or whatever, then you have this beautiful red inside. It's not just white paper. So it looks a little bit dressier. Oh, wow. Now that's all the paint that was on here just came off on that. Can you see it and tell that it's, ooh, it's orange and wow. So what the white did is it gave it a nice background so that this red and stuff is bright red. It's not deep red. If I hadn't had the white, it would have been a much deeper red because the paper was red. Okay, so I'll set this aside. This almost looks like just an abstract all by itself. I bet I could maybe I could do something with that. Just, I mean, I just really like that all the way it is. I'll have to print something here now in a little bit. I'll keep moving. Quit jabbing and gabbing and keep going. Okay, let's try a color that I want to get back to this Prussian blue, and whew, that was a lot. I do want to put some of this luminous rose with it because all together they make just the best purples in the world. And if you don't want to brayer them, you can even just mix them right here. Look at that purple. Oh my gosh. And the reason I didn't want to brayer it is because when you roll that pink out, wherever it hits the rubber, it'll stay pink. You'll have a pink blob there. But if I do it this way, it'll be pretty much purple. Now I've got white on here, which I can get rid of. Put some of that over here. See what that little pad's for? It just helps me clean up my brayer. So now we can do this. Some of the white will get on the purple, and it's okay. It'll make just a gorgeous. Oh, I just love this. Okay. We're going to stencil. And I'm going to do this one again. Even if this is a little offset from the original, which I'm sure it will be. There's no way I could lay it down exactly in the right way or the same exact position. I'm sure it'll be off just a little, which is kind of fun. That suits me just fine. Yeah, it's offset. Look at that. Groovy, man. I feel like I need some of those 3D glasses, you know. Ooh, I like the offset. That's just great. Okay, so there's another one I'm happy with now. This. Let's do this guy who was a little bit too strong for my liking. And I'm going to put that there. We're going to put this here. Love the deep purple, yeah. Okay, now I would call this a fail. This is not doing anything for me here. Now this will be great, but this can get a coat of gold or something later. Now this, I want to take this and press right here. Get a half-page print on this. So you learn from my mistakes, then you know what not to do. Okay, now this to me is very meh. It's okay, but pick this up here. Let's get a sheet of this out. Let's try and press that. And if it doesn't work, we'll put another layer of paint on it and do it. Ooh, I like the blue and white on this. It looks like willow ware, like Japanese willow ware. It needs a little yellow to be so French. You know, blue and yellow, we used to say, oh, it's so French. Silly, silly. Okay. All right. Now let's get into something here. Let's do, we've got red that we don't really like and purple that we like, but meh. All right. I'm gonna do a little pink and white right here. And what I'm trying to do is get to a point where I can wrap up and stop and be to a point where my plate's clean and I've got enough prints to make it worth my while to have done this, you know. And sometimes you have to sort of say, well, I'm going to quit now because it's going to take me 30 minutes to wind down. Sometimes I'll finish a demo with you guys and then I'll sit here for 40 minutes still doing. Now see, I'm just spraying this. You see how it makes dots? it sort of stains the plate with the blob. It doesn't look bad on the back, but on the front, that part is stuck to that plate. Okay. Let's do this again. There we go. And, oh, why don't we brayer some of this up? When you brayer like this, as this paint starts to dry, your brayer will lift up the paint so that what's underneath the stencil is different than what is in the middle, in the negative spaces. Uh-oh. Oh, now we've got polka dots. I'm just going to keep braying. Now see, it's starting to pick up over here. See how it's picking up enough paint that it's leaving bald spots? So I'm going to stop. I'm going to pull this up. And I'm going to pan it because there's nowhere to lay this wet stencil. Hope I don't get it on everything. I'm going to pull up a white sheet if I can be fast enough. And I'm just going to put this on a piece of white paper. See what we get. Okay. Oh yeah. Now that's very pretty, I think. I would say that's a keeper. I probably won't put anything else on top of that. I like it just as it is. But you see where I put the white and the pink on, and then I just started to brayer, and I have white, pink, pink, white, pink. That's what that does. Okay, so now I have this guy that has paint on both sides now. And I'm just going to put him down on here. And I'm going to do a little bit of, this is the one I'm not real thrilled with. Let's do a little bit of white on that. Actually, let's do some of this. Tracy, if we ever get to do Open Studio again, it would be fun if we could all Gelli Plate print. But with COVID doing what it's doing, I just don't. See how that's pulling up the paint? Okay. Now I don't think this is going to work. I think this is too dry. It's not juicy. So I'm going to do the gold. And I'm hoping that the gold and the lilac colors will sort of settle down this ugly one. This one that I don't like. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can lift this up. Make it something that's worth having, right? Well, I am not, I can't do Open Studio because of my health. I've sort of had to re-quarantine from it. And as it is, I'm going in Friday and Saturday to put product on the shelves, and that's going to be a long, crazy thing. So, if I can't go to Open Studio on a Thursday, I might do an extra demo during the day. You know, just play around. Okay. Well, it's different. I don't dislike it. I like it better than I did. And I can see where it's got potential for something. Probably go into a collage or something. But look, it's already dry. I use so little paint that it's already almost dry. That to me is the secret, is not to use too much paint. Okay. So let me get this little plate clean. And I do still have some halfsies here. And then, is this too dark? No, we like that still, don't we? I could put more gold on there, you know. Hi, Janie, how are you? I could put more gold. Well, you know what? I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Okay. I've just looked at all the things we've made, and I think we've got keepers all along, through and through. So that's good. And what I want to do is get something on this, and then I'm going to show you that last technique. How are you doing, Janie? I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for popping in. If you stick around, Tracy, did you catch the post that if y'all are here tonight, you might get to win a stencil? I'm doing a stencil giveaway at the end. Stencil Girl gave me some to give away or whatever to promote the stencils, and I'm so excited. They came the other day, and I'm going to start tonight. Okay, let's see how this comes out. I'm going to do this on this one. Okay, good. Okay, so here we go. And this is going to be, this is not even going to be in the same. They're not going to overlap. They're going to be in different places. It's okay. Like I said, love it or hate it. Let's see what we get. Oh, it's kind of fun. Even though they don't match up, it's cool, right? I can definitely live with this. I like it. Okay, success, success, happy, happy. Now, I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this thing here. And that's not going to match up exactly either. It's still going to be different. But it's going to be beautiful, I think. I think. Oh, thank you so much, Jan. Thanks for telling me, because I have a terrible memory, and you know, I remember people by faces and stuff, but yeah, thanks for speaking up and telling me how to know you. I appreciate, I need all the help I can get. And thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. I do. Okay. And you just came in, so in just a second I'll show you what we've already done. You can see what we were shooting for. Oh, look, it cleaned the plate really good. Oh, I like that. Now see, this is softer. It's got a softer look to it. It brought the blues down a little bit, and it muted everything. And it's got that, to me, this almost looks Chinese, or it's like it has an oriental, it's like old oriental wallpaper or something. I don't know, this makes me really happy. And I would have never misaligned the stencil on purpose. I mean, I was forced to do it, and I like it. I like how the misalignment, you know, printing in a different location, I like how that comes out. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so Janie and anyone else that pops in late, this is something that I made using my stencil. I'm going to bore the people who've already been through this. I'm going to be really quick. I used the stencil to make this background, and that was our goal tonight, was to play around with these and see if we could get something similar, which we did. We feel fairly successful with this. So this is paper, it's Bristol vellum that's been painted with Deco Art Buttermilk acrylic paint. Okay? And before we go to the next thing, really quickly, I'm going to show you, anyone who's just popping in, what we did pull tonight. We've got a pretty red and orange, gorgeous blue with gold and red and orange. Oh my gosh. This would be a really great card for a guy, like, you know, Father's Day card or something that needs to be masculine, don't you think? I mean, because the gold, it sort of brings it up a notch, makes it kind of elegant, but it's not too prissy or anything, you know? Okay, and this is, we need our 3D glasses for this, and this was a red and a purple offset, same but not. Here's one that I didn't like, that I did lilac and gold on and toned it down. It's doable now. Here's pinks, lavenders, blues, hodgepodge. Y'all didn't know we did this many, did you? Does it seem like we did this many? Here's one that was kind of garish and really bright, and I did a layer of gold over that, and that sort of settled that down a little bit. That'll be really nice on something. And then here's a sheet on the Bristol vellum, which, by the way, is really cool to print on. Garish colors, but hit it with some gold at the end. It's awesome. Okay, so I feel like I've got more paper, which is just what I needed. You guys, I may have to go on Etsy and start selling printed paper or something. I don't know. I've got so much. I just can't even. Okay, so here's the. This is really, really fun, and I cannot wait to show you this. So this is bleeding tissue paper. Okay, I buy it by the. You can get it in packages, cool colors, warm colors, all kinds of colors, and they come to you like this, and you open them up and see all the colors here. You can get cool or warm or whatever, and it's artist bleeding tissue paper. It's made for collage, and when you collage with this stuff, the colors run into your work, and so it's like almost painting with it, but it's. I am going to show you. So I am going to show you. But first, oh, you would? Well, that's good to know. Well, I'll let you know if I do it. Okay, so here's what I've discovered and fell in love with, and I think you guys might like this idea too. I was going to say, I just had it open. I know I can, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this down first. I've got paint on both sides now, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Just go with it, girl. Okay, so I'm going to just put some of this, one of my favorite colors down. And just going to brayer that on. And it is, man, it is bold. That's okay. And you know what? It's drying really quick. So I've got a mister bottle here. I'm going to just mist that just a little bit to prolong the drying time so I can get it spread before it actually dries. Now, I don't know if that's the smart thing to do, but I just did it. So we'll see, right? I don't know. Never done it before. Okay, and real quick, pull this up. And then real quick, put this down. I'm printing on this tissue paper. Okay, and it wants to come through. See how my hands are getting painty? So I'm going to take a scrap of paper here, or not a scrap, but I'm just going to use this to press on. Okay. See, that'll be a scrap for later. Okay, so pull this up. Oh my gosh. How about that? And see where I made wrinkles here? It's got wrinkles. Now, I'm going to let this dry right here while I do one more. And then I'm going to show you a technique to do something you can make with that. It's just really cool. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on here. And think of a color that's going to go with this pink. I feel like we need kind of an orange. So I'm going to do this over here. Oh, I didn't want that much red. I'm going to pay for that. Let's see. Oh, let's use some of this. Why not? Why not? Okay, I'm gonna put some of this red over here. Let's mix this and see what we get. Ooh, this is bright. It's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, we need all the red. The red will bring it down a little bit. Okay. This is a, what a color. Wow. Okay. And I still got pink on here, but oh well. Okay, here we go. You know, the name of my business is Kelly's Color Studio, and this is why. Because I'm sort of a color hoe. I have not yet. Well, I have not in this in this century. I did a long time ago. Mulberry paper. I even made my own paper. Had flowers growing in my yard. We put all the flowers in the paper. And, oh, it was so much fun. But you know what? Since I made the paper, I was like, oh, and I never used it for anything because it's so special. Well, you know, if you're not going to use it, why did you make it? Right? So, okay, here we go. I think this is going to be fun. I can't wait to show you the little technique. That's really bright and happy, is it not? There's that hot orange on this warm pink. That's really kind of pretty. And you don't want a pantsuit made out of this, but bye. I knew what you meant. It's okay. All right. So there's that. Now, let me get rid of this, and then I'm going to show you that technique, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to go back to this little buttermilk. I'm going to get away from the Holbeins and put a little buttermilk on here. We're going to use just this craft acrylic. And we're going to see what we get. It might be really pretty. And to show you too that you can use craft acrylics to do this. You can use any kind of paints that you know, care to use. It's all good. Oops. I must have too much on there because it's sliding. There we go. This might clean the plate. Okay. No, it won't clean the plate. That's a real mushy, squishy design because I had too much paint on there. It was sliding. So now I have this. So let's take the red paper. And real quick, let's just get this up. This should clean the plate. Now you don't have to actually take your plate and wash it in the sink when you're done. If you can do this and get all the stuff off of it, you can just put it away. There we go. Now I'm not in love with this. That's okay. I'll keep it and do something with it later. I'll add gold to it, or I'll paint something over it or do something. So this will get saved for the maybe pile later. And then this, I have, okay. I've got this half of a sheet here that's just screaming to be used. I need to get it done so I can show you the next technique, and then I'll let you go for the night. Oh, we'll be done. Let's see here. This is probably not going to be anything to write home about either, this one. I'm just sort of wanting to wrap up. Yeah, it's just showing some red. Not a whole lot of anything right there. Nothing to see here, folks. Alright, so we'll try this. Let's do it offset like the other one that was so great. Offset. Okay. Nah, still nothing to see here, folks. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this for now. Put these over here. And, you know, it's a pretty big room. I got nowhere to put anything. How does that happen? Okay, there we go. Okay, now, this is just a sheet of that Bristol vellum, right? And look at me. I just did this and it's a, okay. this is top secret stuff right here. This is glue and water. Like Elmer's and water. And I can't get it open. Watch, there we go. And I've added enough water to the Elmer's, just white school glue, but added just enough water that it is about the consistency of maybe pancake syrup. Okay. Now here's these guys. All right. They're dry. And boy, these are just, to me, look how they kind of coordinate, right? Are they not the happiest thing together? All right. Now, oops, I better put the lid on that. Let me get these up here out of the way. Okay. So now, let me find my brush, my favorite brush. Well, there it is. It's on death's door, but I like it. Okay. So now you take this stuff, and now tissue paper is kind of like newspaper. It really wants to tear one way or the other really well. And if you try and tear it the opposite way, what it's going to do is rip into little pieces. So, you know, you sort of have to, yeah, see, this is the way. If I tried to tear this like this way, see how it wants to go right or left? It sort of is against the grain. So see, it's not happy. But you can tear it like this all day long. Okay, so now, glue and water. Oops, stay up there now. So coat your, oops. I've got my fan on, and with tissue paper, that could be a mistake. Be a hot mess. All right, just gonna put that down, and you can just tear that off, and then now this is collaging, of course, with just the glue and water. This is what I grew up, this is what my mom taught us back in the day, in the, you know, in the late 60s, early 70s. They didn't use a lot of gel medium or any of that stuff. It was like India ink and glue and water, tissue paper, acrylics, whatever. So I put glue and water down, and then I put my tissue paper, and then I put more glue and water. And that's what seals the deal. That's good old-timey collage. Now, see how this is turning yellow? As I brush from the yellow paper, it's pulling the yellow, and that can become an element in your painting as well as any kind of, you know, colored paint that you want to use. And boy, I love, just love doing art with tissue paper. The more glue you put down on this, the milkier your edges will become. So, for instance, if I put a lot right here where this yellow meets this pink, when that dries, it's not going to have a defined edge. It's going to be very fuzzy, very undefined. Okay? And you'll see the pink start to run here in a minute, but you know what? The paint from my jelly print is not running because it's just printed on that paper. So this pink is not going to smear or run. Neither is this red that's on this pink paper, but now the pink paper is bleeding tissue paper. So I'll be able to paint this like so, and I'll be able to pull some pink down into the yellow. So you don't have to have a bunch of paint. You can actually use the torn tissue paper for your accents. Look, see how I can do this and then bring pink over here. Isn't that fun? And look how pretty this is looking. And now that piece of yellow that I put down right there, that I put the pink over, you can see that image through the pink. So it's like, wow. Okay, so here's a little piece. It's very nondescript. You know, what are you going to do with that? Well, I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to fill up the space. When you dip into your jar, don't drag it on the jar, because if you do, say my brush is a little bit pink right now, if I do that, then my glue will be pink. So get your glue and just resist that urge to drag it across the edge of the jar and just paint away. And you know, I get it everywhere and I have to clean up after, but it's okay. So I'm just going to town here with these colors, and I'm just really enjoying all the different shapes. And well, I don't want to make something go vertical. I got so many horizontals here. But you see where I'm going with this? You can print any design you want on tissue paper using your stencils, and then collage, and just, oh, the layers are so beautiful, and you just, the effects that you get, it's just so much fun. I don't know if any of you have ever done this before, but I hope this is something that you feel like you might like to try. I will do a vertical here. Now, this is not going to be a painting of anything. This is going to be a piece that I will use in something later. I'll cut it up and put it in a card or something. Or I might wind up with something like the apple painting, you know, that had this for a background. It could be used any number of ways. I love these layered. Pink over yellow looks more pink. Yellow over pink looks more yellow, or orange, like an apricot, actually. So this brings other colors into the fold. Now look how that pink's really running now. See how I can really pull the pink? And I don't even have to put anything there because it's pink. You know, I can leave it like that if I want. Let's put some yellow over this section and see what we get. Yeah. Okay. So, let me see here. I bet here it is. Here's some black on blue that I did. Look at this. Now, I laid my stencil on tissue paper, and I took a paint roller with a sponge and rolled it with black. And that's how I got this misty looking edge here. And there was no Gelli plate involved in this. So you see how that worked. And I could run a strip of this through there and it would be like, whoa, you know. But it's kind of the same format. It's sort of the same, you know, it looks like a close relative. This is actually the Waterfall stencil. But you see how these together can make a really fun, you could go all Andy Warhol on everybody. Okay, so that's that little you know what, I'm going to put, I can't resist, I have to put some blue in there because there's no blue. I have to do it. If nothing else, just so you can see, you know, what happens when you put, because the blue will really, those colors will bleed too, so that'll be kind of fun. I might, there's always a here, there, no, over there. No, maybe not. Okay. There's my glue. I might regret that. I don't know. It's what if. Another thing you can do with the bleeding tissue paper, in case you didn't know, if you change your mind, you can pull it up. Look. See how it's left a blue line there? Like a print? You can kind of print with it. Now it is kind of like food coloring, it will turn you blue. Now this is a bluer streak because I laid down the back of the blue paper. This has my design because I laid down the front of the paper with the inks. So I could come right there and just kind of rub right there, and it should print my design. No, not really. But I can do this. Now we're getting some colors here. This is getting fun here, right? Now this blue tissue paper is not real durable, and after a few passes like this, it's going to say, no more. So I'm going to stop there and get rid of that. Okay, so I did not leave this blue on there because I felt like it was taking it over. But look what I have now. Just for using, hi Mert, how are ya? So now just for using these three things, and this was not left on there, it was put down and pulled up. But I have all of these fabulous colors, and when the glue and stuff starts to dry, this, see, remember I told you if we put a lot of glue and water here, this will not be a pristine, defined line. It'll be kind of murky, milky, and it's doing that, see, as it dries. So the more glue and water you put down, the less defined these paper edges are. See, I didn't put as much over here, so they're still very defined. I am in love with this technique, and I have to tell you, I discovered it quite by accident during the process of trying to get images of my stencils to StencilGirl. So it was serendipitous, the whole thing, and I'm sure that there are other people that are printing on tissue paper and that kind of thing, but I don't know if they're doing collage like this with it when they're done. I'm not sure. I haven't looked. I've been so busy playing with it that I can't get my I can't think about anything else. This is all I'm doing. So, you know, and Mert, I was just telling Janie, I said, I've got another stack of paper now. I don't need more paper. And I was thinking about even going on Etsy or eBay or somewhere and just selling these sheets of paper, just, you know, for someone else to do art with, because then I could just make paper all day long. This just makes me so happy. I just absolutely love this, and I could sit all day with my bleeding tissue paper, which also comes in the cool colors, which here's the blues, a couple of the blues, and yeah, here's the cool pack. Look at those colors. So there's a cool pack, and there's a warm pack, and then there's like this rainbow pack, which is, you know, a haul of colors. This one doesn't even have like black and brown in it. There's another pack that has every color they make, including black and brown. But yeah, now see, if I printed on these and incorporated some of these in there, can you just imagine? I mean, these yellows and colors, oh my gosh. Sell you some? Janie, if I decide to do that, you're the first person I'll send a link to. I promise you. I will. I'll send you a link. So, okay. Well, it's 7:15. Holy cow. Let's get a move on. Let's give someone a stencil, and then we'll get out of here. So, let me get a piece of, where can I find a piece of paper? You think? You think there'd be a piece of paper in here somewhere? I found a Post-it. It's a miracle. Okay. 3 or 4 people in here, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna write a number down between 1 and 100, and when I tell you to, start sending me your guess, and whoever gets the closest wins the stencil of their choice. You can have one of the 3 designs that I have, because right now I haven't given any away, so I have several of each. Let me write a number down here that's, I never know what number to write. I'm thinking, hang on. Okay. Okay. I've got a number. And now, you guys give me your number. Let's see, Janie. Janie, Mark, Tracy, Chris. Okay, Janie says 3. Chris, 72. There's always the delay. You have to wait for the delay. Or maybe the other guys are washing their car or something. I don't know. I'm afraid to wipe my face. I've got all this. Oh. Are Janie and Chris the only 2 playing? Where's Mert? Oh, Mert. Mertalicious. Where's Mert? I don't see Mert, and I don't see Tracy. Yoo-hoo. Okay, somebody just bugged off. Okay, I'm going to wait just another couple of seconds. And, okay, someone just popped back in. Nope. Shoot me a number. There's Mert. Okay, we waited for you, Mert. I had a feeling you hadn't gone far. 57. Okay, Tracy, are you still here? She must not be. I only see 3. Okay. I don't see anything else from Tracy. Okay, so my number tonight, number 9. So, Janie, congratulations. You are the winner of your choice of stencils. If you will message me your mailing address, I will mail you. This is O Velocity with the ovals. This one is called, what is it called? Dragonfire? Yeah, congratulations. This one is Dragonfire. And this one is called Waterfall. And they're all 9 by 12. Did any one of these appeal to you more than the others? Dragonfire, Waterfall, or O Velocity? The ovals, O Velocity. Okay, it's yours. I will, like I said, if you'll send me, message me your mailing address, I'll get it out to you. It might not be tomorrow. I'm in the throes of some stuff this week, but it'll be as soon as I reasonably can. Next few days. I've got some other things to mail too, so I have to get it all together. So congratulations. I'm so excited for you, and I appreciate you all being with me tonight. This is what I get for not advertising the class or the demo soon enough, because people don't know I'm having it, and I don't have a lot of people, and that's my own fault, so I need to work on that. So, you know, life goals, right? Well, thank you, Janie. I appreciate you being here, and I've enjoyed your company tonight. Look at this, guys. It's starting to dry. Isn't that fun? See how it's changed? It's really just like, wow. I can't wait to play with that and do something. Now I want to do more. But I guess I need to get out of the chair and take the dogs for a walk or something, right? Okay. Well, Thank you all. Thank you. Next Wednesday at 6, gonna do something with one of the next designs and give away another stencil. So if you, you know, want to tell a friend or bring a friend or whatever, I'd love to have you here. Might do some more of this because this is really fun. And I might even make something with this week and then show you the end product Wednesday. Okay. Oh, and for those in the group who want to do the challenge, I have a couple of photos, and I'm getting ready to put them on for you. So those hopefully will go on tonight. Okay. It's only the 8th, so you don't need 4 weeks to do anything. Okay. Thank you all so much. Love you all bunches. Have a good one. And see you Wednesday, I hope. Janie, I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to send me your information, okay? All right. Thanks again. Signing off.